more than 250 college athletes will make the jump to the NFL. Auburn will have quite the handful of players represent the team. Possibly the best in his position for this year's draft will be running back Trey Mason.
Words probably can't even describe how I'm going to feel because it's going to be a dream come true.
Those were the words from Trey Mason just 2 months out from the NFL draft. Right now, the former Auburn running back is projected to be drafted in the second round come May. This season, Mason was named the SEC Player of the Year and helped lead the Auburn Tigers to the BCS National Championship game, even after being physically drained near the end of the season.
Yeah, Trey's a tough guy. I mean, you know, with the amount of carries that he has, you know, that he got in our league, there was a lot of, you know, Sundays when he'd have trouble limping around and all that, and then he'd find a way to be 100% for the game. He's a tough guy. He's a very durable guy, and he proved that time and time again, especially late in our stretch run, you know, this past year.
Well, there's no doubt that Mason can run the football. The challenge for him and every running back advancing to the NFL will be to learn the complex pass protection schemes. Malzhan says that won't be a problem.
Well, the thing about Trey, he's got great courage, and a lot of times pass protection at the next level is about courage. He's a smart guy. He understands protections, and the more he does of it, the better he'll get.
Athletically, Mason may be the best at his position. He finished as the top performer in 2 categories at this year's Combine: the broad jump at 126 inches and the vertical jump at 38.5. Now, like I mentioned, Mason, the SEC Player of the Year, probably going to hear his name called in the second round. He had an outstanding 2013 season, more than 1,800 yards and 23 total touchdowns. Now, here's a look at the rest of the top Auburn prospects for this year's draft. After his performance at the Combine, offensive tackle Greg Robinson has jumped up into projected as the first-round pick, possibly even as high as the second pick of the draft by the St. Louis Rams. We'll see about that. Also looking good for Auburn and looking to go in the second round is defensive end Dee Ford. He's a pure athlete and has shown that all postseason in the Combine, at the Senior Bowl, and at Pro Day. Now, finally on the list for the Tigers is cornerback Chris Davis, most likely going to make a pro roster in the 4th round of this year's draft. Now, tomorrow, South Alabama will host their Pro Day. We'll have a lot from them tomorrow. And then Alabama next week, March 12th, will be in action up in T-Town. The Tide have quite the number of prospects. Of course, we'll be talking Alabama next week. And right now, Mobile native C.J. Mosley is expected to hear his name somewhere in the mid to late first round of the draft in May. And don't forget about these spring A-Day games. Both Alabama and Auburn will suit up on the same day at the same time, just a different location, April 19th, 2 p.m. Tide at Bryant-Denny and the Tigers at Jordan-Hare. Now, the good thing about that, folks, is that I don't think there's a whole lot of people that want to go to both games.
No, I was about to say, how much fun is it going to be for you covering both A-Day games on the same day?
I know.
Busy girl.
I know. I don't know if I'll be able to make both, so we'll have to pick between the two. I'm not going to.
Really?
I'm not going to share. We'll probably have a crew go to one, and I'll be at another, unfortunately.
Which one will you be at, Simone?
I don't know.